Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. It's another beautiful day. We got the news, obviously, for today, November 11th. And then we're going to play day 9 of Baldur's Gate 3 with... My name is Pinky. Our buddy. Our dude. Our resident moderator. And Discord holding down Fort Broski. So, hope everybody's doing good. Hope your weekend's going well so far. That's the jam, dude. Had a nice long day yesterday. It was cool getting to watch the Golden Joystick Awards. BG3 swept, dude. They swept hard. Like, real hard. Which was kind of expected, to be honest. It's what I've been expecting so far. I kind of expect the same thing when the Game Awards happen. About a month from now, a little less than a month from now. But it was fun watching the Golden Joystick Awards yesterday with the community and everything. Man, we had a good time. There was a lot of laughs. And there was a bow tie fiasco that was hilarious, bro. I was dying. It was so flippin' funny. Shout out to Ferret for the clip. I'll get a highlight of the whole thing sometime soon, but. I ended up doing a really late stream. I streamed for like almost 12 hours yesterday, so I didn't get content worked on yesterday. I'm behind because of being sick, so I'm still not caught up on content, but I will get it very soon. Have faith. Have faith. So I know that we're missing some of the video gaming news segments of past and some of the pertinent information out of those, things like that on YouTube. So, but just give me time. It'll get there, okay? But Davey, what up, broski? How you doing, man? Let's go ahead and do what we do, man. Let's dive in here and get into the video gaming news stuff. Let's do it. Vault, what it do, bro? What's up, man? Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay, cool. Had to read something real quick. I'm not gonna recap the Golden Joystick Awards because what I'll do is I'll pull this up and I'll link it in here for anybody that's hanging out that didn't get to watch it with us. We watched it yesterday, and you can see there's a lot of awards. There's a lot of awards. You can see the list right here. I'll link it so you guys can take a look at it, you know. But look, BG3, 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 BG3. They took a lot. They took a lot. And obviously there are some other ones in there, you know, that you would expect to see. Larian Studios, you know, made BG3. Larian Studios won a few others and everything too. Best storytelling, BG3. You know what I mean? Best visual design, BG3. It's like you know, they won a lot. They won a lot. And the thing about the Golden Joystick Awards, from what I understand, this is all community-based voting. Record amount of votes this year. You all coming out in your millions to pick your games of the year across over a dozen categories, guys. This is all voting for the Golden Joystick Awards for like it's not like critic votes, it's not, you know, industry leaders or anything. These are votes by us the people, and that's what you've got to love about it. You know what I mean? And honestly, I liked most of the awards. I called most of the awards. Even the awards that I didn't call, I was like, if it's not going to be this one, it'll probably be this one. And I was pretty happy with where most of them landed, to be honest. There were a few of them where I was like, please don't let it be this. Please don't let it be this. Don't let this one win. Let it be one of these, you know? And it was. It was one of the ones that I was like, you know, let it be one of these. It was one of those, you know, and I think that shows, you know, that there's some kind of cohesiveness. We've got the hive mind going on a little bit for the, if you will, for the gaming community, you know, as a whole, which is kind of nice to see. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll link this. You guys can take a look at all the nominations. They've got the full nominations breakdown. You can see for like underneath the actual winners, it shows every category and all the nominees and who actually won it and stuff too. So if you're interested, I'll just give this to you guys right now. Okay. But we had a good time with it yesterday. It was really funny, dude. 2 more districts to 100% in Marvel Spider-Man. You can start the first DLC content. Nice, Davey. Nice, dude. Yeah. Vault, dude, you all peepo comfy, homie. Nice, dude. Bro, I woke up late, dude. I was all peepo comfy, peepo passed out, dude. And my wife woke me up and was like, "What time are you getting up?" And I like looked at my flipping my phone, and I was about 20 to 30 minutes slept in, dude. And I was like, I guess right now. You know. But I don't know how my alarms got turned off, but my alarms were turned off, dude. They didn't even go off this morning, but shout out to the wife, man. She made sure I was up and ready to go this morning. She takes care of us, man. Yeah, a lot of we've kind of hit on this already, but I'll pull it back up. I've tried to get everybody as in the know for deals you can get for tech, software, gaming hardware, peripherals. I mean, you name it. You know, for as we are quickly approaching Black Friday time. You know, 2 weeks away, and there's a lot of sales going on already. So I'll keep trying to give everybody as much info as I can on those good deals that I find, or we find either in the news or I find after the news, whatever, you know. I don't care about Elon Muskrat, old Musty. He seems like just a world of chaos. Dude, Bloomberg is a rough one to look up. Let's just talk about this real quick. I don't have a Bloomberg account, so it ends up like giving you the first portion and then going, "Oh, hey, you can't read the rest of this." But I don't think it's important to read the entire article here. What this says is World of Warcraft developers plan to make faster expansions. What do we normally know about trying to push out software faster? Quantity usually comes at the cost of quality, right? So I hope that this doesn't end up impacting the quality of gameplay that World of Warcraft players in the community are able to experience moving forward. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can say right now. You don't want to see it impact the quality of the gameplay being brought to the table. So we'll see what happens. Companies offered Square $1 to buy IO Interactive at one point. That's funny. Let's take a look at that. So that's all you have left to 100% Spider-Man, dude. 2 more districts and then the DLC content, bro. I'm guessing you're working today, right, Davey? Wait, what? What is this? Gaming Bible's so clickbaity, dude. Oh, bro, get wrecked. Dude, we already know they're dropping a GTA 6 trailer in December. God, they are so clickbaity, dude. I hate Gaming Bible's site. Yeah, people are loving Alan Wake 2, and we are going to go back and finish that game as Pinky's, when we need filler time for Baldur's Gate 3. When Pinky's not able to be here to play Baldur's Gate 3, we're going to go back and finish Alan Wake 2, and we're going to finish Fallout New Vegas, okay? That's the plan. This is speculation. Gaming Bible again, trying to clickbait people. Look, man, PlayStation Plus past 2 to 3 months has been pretty subpar for their like lineups they're adding to that service, man. Oh, nice, dude. Nice. I'm glad you're getting a long weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, and it is Veterans Day. You're right, buddy. Yeah, so, you know, whatever you call it, whenever you celebrate it around the world, I think the thing is like where I'm from and here in the U.S., we, you know, call it Veterans Day and whatever people tend to call it wherever you're from. We saw shout out to Vault yesterday. What were the those lapel pins they were wearing, dude? Let me pull that up. Yeah. So we saw these yesterday too, as well. For the remembrance and everything, you know. So we were wondering what these were, the poppies. Yep. And like I had never seen this before, but during the Golden Joystick Awards, we actually saw this, right? And it's I was like, what is that lapel, dude? What is that lapel pin? And it was actually a poppy. It looked like an apple to me because I saw one that was like turned or something, and I couldn't really tell. And I wasn't familiar with it, so, you know, me being uncultured swine, had to be educated about it, and I'm glad I was, because this is very cool. So over in the UK and stuff, it's a show of remembrance, right? Supporting armed forces, and has been something they've used since for a long time now. You know, apparently, I think, yeah, from like the early World War times, man, as a show of remembrance and everything, you know. So, kind of cool, you know, if you didn't know that, this is what it looks like, is this up here. Kind of cool, and, you know, I think that, no matter where you're from, and, being somebody that's served my country, I think that a lot of people, you know, they are proud of where they're from. They want to do their duty to protect their you know, their homeland and stuff like that, and I respect that. You know, I think that the big thing that it comes down to is like, I think there are also a lot of people that part of it's trying to find yourself a better life and things, which was a big part of why I served, and you know, trying to get out of where I was from, and you know, serving my country helped me do that, and it was an immensely important thing for me as it got me out of where I was from, it introduced me to my wife, whom is amazing, and I would not be the person I am today without her. It introduced me to so many different cultures, helped me to be able to travel and see different places, helped me to understand and broaden my horizons as far as being immersed with other cultures and meeting new people, and just being more accepting of people's differences and things like that. And I think that's a great thing, you know, that it was personally for me. And for anybody that I think has done their part in serving and you know, trying to do what, you know, comes off to them as the greater good, you know, then props to you, you know. It can be a very daunting thing. It can be a very scary thing at times too, serving. Especially if you've had to see any kind of wartime stuff. War is a terrible thing. It sucks. It's catastrophic. It's life-changing for many, many people. Not just the people that serve, but the people that are living in those areas where war happens. It's terrible. I wish that nobody ever had to deal with it. It's terrible. But, you know, this is a day to remember those people that have served and have done their part, and no matter where you are, and you know, if you've tried to, remembering all, you know, I mean, all the people that have gone out and done their part and tried to do their piece for the greater good or whatever, you know, then, you know, much respect. And I hope that many people have gotten as much growth out of it as I have as well, because it wasn't just something that I'm proud of doing for my country and everything, but it was such a incredibly broadening and experience that helped me grow into the person I am today. And I hope that so many other people have been able to take advantage of those opportunities when doing their part to serve, you know, I really do. But yes, it is a day for us to remember all those people, for sure. I don't think Ferret's in here right now, but shout out to Ferret. I know Ferret served. Anybody else, man? Anybody else? Respect. As long as you did it the right way. You know? As long as you did it the right way. I think that's an important thing to note there. We knew this was going to happen. Oh, yeah, thanks, Marcy. Yeah, I don't promote myself in this channel, in this community. A lot of people didn't know for over the, you know, like a year or two, you know, that I even served, you know. It's not something that I, you know, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, but it's not what I want to be known for either. You know what I mean? It's not what I want to be known for necessarily. This is also, you know, I think the thing, yeah, thanks, Vault. Here's my thing, you know, being an American citizen, being somebody that has served for the U.S. military, we have a community that is all over the world. Our community is based all over the world. And there are a lot of people that have a negative connotation can come along with U.S. military members. Yeah, I'm very aware of that. And I don't want people to automatically come across our community, come across me as the face of our community, as being the broadcaster, see that I'm a veteran, and make assumptions about who I am and who we are based on the fact that I served. Do you understand what I'm saying? I would rather people get to know me for who I am and who we are, just based on what our you know, our core like pillars for the community and everything are, you know, what we stand for and what we do here for each other and things like that, before people find out that about me, so they don't rush to some kind of judgment. Does that make sense? You know, I hope that makes sense. I'm proud of what I've done, and it was a huge thing for me, you know, in so many ways. But I don't want it to be the forefront of like what people come across on me and maybe have some kind of notion that isn't quite what I'm about or who I am, you know. We knew this was going to be happening with Call of Duty. And happy Saturday, Marcy. What up? So we knew we'd read about this before. We knew this was going to start happening. So basically what goes down here is it's like they've got AI that basically listens in and moderates voice chat. If something pops off that sounds not good or potentially outside of terms of service, something like that, then what it does is that the AI pushes it to like an actual person moderator, and then they review it and take action on it. That's kind of the thing that's happening here. And dude, I'm about it. I'm about it. I don't care if it's voice chat. I don't care if it's text-based communication. You know, whatever in multiplayer games and in live service multiplayer communities. Most people know how I feel about this. It's about like, I think competitive banter is a good thing. I think competitive banter is fine, but what's hard is that there are a lot of people out there that can't deal with some just nice, mediocre competitive banter. They're just too thin-skinned, if you will. And if somebody gives them a little bit of a jab, a verbal jab or whatever, they lose their minds, you know? And then they start taking things over the line with things like a lot of verbal harassment, as far as like discrimination, a lot of like racist talk or sexist talk or self-harm talk and things. Dude, and none of that's acceptable, right? None of that is there's no place for any of that crap in the world that we all love, which is video games. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with a little bit of some competitive banter. People need to learn how to, like, you know, I think it helps elevate some of that competitiveness, right? But it's when people take it over the line that it's bad. And those people need to be stopped. Most of us that have been in the gaming world for any decent amount of time and have played in live service online communities have experienced it to a great extent. Most people know what I'm talking about here. But I'm glad to see developers trying to like eliminate a lot of the more hateful, bigoted, terms of service breaking kinds of communication and everything, you know. Oh yeah, Vault. Yeah, bro, Rocket League is gross, dog. Yeah, they do. Well, here's the thing, dude. There's like, yeah, people tend to be oversensitive. Yeah, you're right. They do. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, there's a lot of people out there that want to dish it out, but they don't know how to take it either. right? If you've ever heard that kind of term, like they want to like try to troll people out and stuff, but whenever somebody tries to give it back to them, they can't handle it. So they lose their minds and they get into this like whole rabbit hole, deep dark well of unacceptable behavior, you know, just way too thin-skinned. So it's like they want to be able to jab it at everybody else, but they can't accept it when anybody does it back to them, you know. Bro, I've seen it so many times, you know. It's disgusting. So I don't know. People need to understand where that line is of acceptable and unacceptable, and they need to stay on that side of it, you know. Oh, bro. Well, that's some scary stuff nowadays too, man. People be trying, you know, people being able to pull your IP up and everything. That's really scary, dude. We've seen so many instances of people getting swatted. People have been killed because of it, you know. What goes through somebody's mind to do that kind of thing to somebody else? You know what I mean? Oh my God. There's just some really dumb people out there, man. Really dumb people. Old Steam Deck models got price dropped after being discontinued. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. The new Steam Deck OLEDs are coming out on the 16th. So there's 5 more days. The old LCD versions are being discounted. And the newer ones have a bigger battery, require less wattage to run because the screen doesn't require as much battery. There's like, you know, the Wi-Fi's been updated in them. The display's a little bit bigger. They're looking good. It's like basically taking the Steam Deck and making the Steam Deck Pro. It's not a full evolution. They haven't increased the like overall. This isn't their next Steam Deck. It's just like the Steam Deck Pro kind of. We'll get the next version of Steam Deck in about 2 to 3 years. Bet on that. They've been open and communicating to us about that fact. Don't be expecting it before then. But in about 2 to 3 years, we'll probably get the new Steam Deck out. But right now, they are releasing the OLED versions. They have been upgraded with some bigger batteries, better Wi-Fi, things like that. And the old LCDs are cheaper now as quantities last. You'll see this. It says on here like while supplies last, right? So they even have a limited edition. This limited edition's pretty dope. It's got that like old school Game Boy vibe to it where it's kind of translucent. It's like a smoked translucent case. It's really cool looking, dude. But I can link this to you guys if you want to take a look at this. I think they had the share for this. Maybe not. I thought they did. Well, you can find it on Steam. But yeah, if you're interested. It depends on how you look at it, John. So John, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Good to have you. Well, dude, I mean, look, okay, so if you want to get into that, John, what you're saying, bro, we should have had another Switch 3 years ago. The Switch hardware is busted ass old, dude. Everybody knows mobile technology doesn't age as well as like traditional hardware. I've been preaching this for a long time. The Switch is still selling well, which is why Nintendo hasn't done it. But bro, that hardware is constraining for developers. There's a reason why everybody plays their games on PC emulators. That hardware is old, dog. Well, yeah, they dropped TOTK with no graphical improvements because they can't do anything better. And to be fair, let me say this, dude. The Switch is an amazing device. It was inventive. It has absolutely shown the entire gaming industry what a dual role handheld can be, right? So, dude, I'm not busting on the Switch. The Switch is amazing, but that hardware has been old for a minute, and they needed an upgrade a long time ago. And we're probably not going to get one until about 9 or 10 months from now, right? Yeah, I agree with that, Vault. At least not anywhere near the capacity of what we currently have, right? So I've preached that. I've preached that, guys. John, welcome in, buddy. Happy Saturday. It's good to have you, man. I think that, I think you guys are absolutely right. I've preached that same thing. We wouldn't have Steam Deck. We wouldn't have Lenovo Legion Go, dude. We wouldn't have Asus. You know what I mean? What's theirs called? I can't even think of it right now. But, without what Switch came out and showed everybody could be done. Yeah. But this is the difference. If you look at the timeline of like releasing mobile technology hardware and what Nintendo's doing, they probably should have had a new device 2 to 3 years ago, right? At least 2 years ago. And that's the timeline Steam Deck is on right now. Steam Deck just dropped like within the past 2 years. When did Steam Deck drop? God dang. So let me give you a breakdown of this. The release date of the Steam Deck was November 16th. Was this last year? Are we just a year in? No, dude. Really? Oh, it was February 25th. So yeah, we're coming up on 2 years. Right? That's what I thought. I was like, bro, yeah. So 2 years, right? And within 2 years, here's the big difference. Look at this. Valve with the Steam Deck, before 2 years of this device even being out, they've already upgraded it, right? It's already been upgraded, and they've already told us that within 2 more years to 3 more years, so 2 to 3 more years, we'll have a new model. They're on a way better timeline than Nintendo is. So to say that, like, Steam Deck's behind Nintendo, as far as, like, getting a handheld out and stuff, yeah, for sure. Because Nintendo showed everybody what could be done, right? But as far as more modern hardware and technology goes, they're currently way ahead, right? It just depends on how you look at it. Big announcement coming Q1 of 2024. I don't know that I agree. Now, here's the thing. The Switch released in like March of 2017. So it's not that it couldn't happen, an announcement. But I don't think that the new Nintendo hardware is actually going to release until the end of summer or sometime fall of next year. That's the impression I'm getting. I don't know for sure. You could be right. And they could announce it then. But, Nintendo, they tend to keep stuff pretty close to the vest, dude. Until they're really close to releasing something, they don't let a lot of information out, man. We already know that, like, Nintendo insiders obviously have information about the new hardware. And we know that software collaborators for Nintendo have had their hands on the hardware and stuff, right? But they're under some really strict non-disclosures where they can't really provide any kind of information on it, right? We know it's going to come out at a $400 price point. We can theory craft and kind of narrow down about what kind of specs to expect out of what that hardware is going to be. We've done a little bit of that, but my expectation is that the release will be, and we might get the announcement towards the end of Q1. You might be right. I don't think we're going to get the release of it until the end of summer or sometime in fall next year. Yeah. Think the hardware tech has hit a standstill? No, I don't think so. There's still improvements being made. It just hasn't been like generational. You know what I mean? I mean, there's been big improvements since when the Switch came out, but there hasn't been huge generational leaps since the Steam Deck came out. You know what I mean? The Switch is going to be significantly better. The Nintendo's new hardware, whatever they call it, I think it's going to be something very similar to what the Switch was, right? It'll play a dual role. You can dock it as a traditional console. You can play it as a handheld, whatever. It'll be significantly better. For like the past 2 roughly years, it's not like a generational leap, really, you know? But since the Switch came out, yeah. I think it's going to be a significant improvement. Here's the thing that I've been really like busting on Nintendo for is like, you know, you take, for instance, we were talking about like the Legend of Zelda games, right? Like those games are bangers, dude, right? They're really good. And what they've been able to get done with those games on that hardware for the Switch is actually really impressive. But they're still constraining a genre of game that doesn't do well with a lower frame rate, stuff like that, right? So those games are regulated. They're like capped at a 30 frame per second. And those games have certain areas where they stutter and they frame drop. And anytime you drop frames from 30 at all, it's significantly noticeable. As opposed to being at like 60, you know, and dropping a few frames, it's much more negligible. You know, if you're dropping 10 frames from 30, it's a big difference than dropping 10 frames from 60. You know what I mean? Thinking about it, if some company could focus on AR, it would be Nintendo. Well, and that's the thing, Pinky. And by the way, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? You know, Nintendo is always very, very inventive. Nobody can deny that, dude. They're always really, really inventive and good with their hardware. In, you know, the way they bring this stuff to fruition for us, for giving us new ways to play. And, you know, remember the Wii? Remember how incredible the Wii was? Jesus Christ, dude. With the flipping motion controls and the nunchuck and stuff. God dang, it was so cool, dude. And they just keep doing new stuff. So who knows if we'll get something new with the next, you know what I mean? Who knows? Oh, John, for sure, dude. Yeah, Nintendo hates it. They hate it. If you haven't kept track, man, I mean, dude, Nintendo goes hard after emulation. They hate emulation. One of the latest things here, I'll give you something to read, buddy. This was a if you don't know about this, this was back in the middle of middle of summer, like May of this year. Take a look at some of these articles right here, buddy. This was an emulator that was supposed to be. Oh, it's random mode time, guys. If you click that link right there in chat, John, you'll be able to see some of the stuff that went down with an emulator that was supposed to be hitting Valve or Steam, and Nintendo shut it down. You know, everybody knows that like there's like a slippery slope for emulators, right? The whole thing with emulators is like, if you own the game and you own the hardware, emulation's fine, correct? But we all know that there's a lot of people that try to circumvent paying for hardware and paying for software by just using emulators, and that's pirating, right? And I'm not a proponent of that. I don't think that's good. Outside of preserving video gaming history, because, and Nintendo's one of the worst at it, Nintendo will take away your access to historical video games and then go, we're not going to give you access to it, but don't you dare run it on an emulator either. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of gray area about emulators, man. But there's absolutely a reason why everybody wants to run, Nintendo games on like PC emulators, because you can get much better resolution, you can get much better frame rates, everything feels more polished. It feels better, it really does. So I understand it. Nintendo, they need to get better about taking care of their communities. Whether it be you talking about like them shutting down all the companies and that really laid the foundation for what competitive Smash is. Dude, they destroyed all that. There's a lot of stuff Nintendo does that's really, really scummy. They do some scummy crap, man. No backwards compatibility. So like, like they're probably about to do with the new hardware, like they've always done with the previous hardware. They came out with Tears of the Kingdom. How long ago? Earlier this year, right? Was it March or April? Tears of the Kingdom. And now next year they're going to release the new hardware. Well, if you want to play Tears of the Kingdom on the new hardware, what are you probably going to have to do? Buy that game again, even though you already own it. And even though they're going to make it available for that new hardware. There's no reason why, if you already own it on Nintendo's platform, because it's not on any other platform, you should have to buy it again. It's really gross, dude. I've been outspoken about Nintendo's practices. And look, I've always been like a console and PC player my whole life, but I've gotten to the point now where I almost entirely play everything on PC, because the console market as a whole, to me, has way more negatives than it does positives. They've gotten to where they take so much advantage of the consumer and us as the game player and everything that I just can't do it anymore. So I'm almost primarily a PC gamer anymore. It's so gross to me, man. They shut down, they shut down so much stuff, Vault. The thing that was terrible about it was that, like, they were like, I'll go up and read some of the chat stuff that was happening, dude. Just give me a second. The thing that sucked is, like, what was it? Smash World Tour, right? There was like this organization that got set up because Nintendo the whole time for Smash was like, this wasn't supposed to be a competitive game. We don't want to have anything to do with it. It's not supposed to be a competitive game, dude. We're just going to wash our hands of it. Well, Smash World Tour came in and picked that ball up and was like, we're going to take care of this community. We're going to run tournaments. They got really big. And then Nintendo finally was like, oh, look, they're making money on this. They're making money on our game. And then Nintendo found other collaborators to help them make money on tournaments, and then shut down everybody else that wasn't licensed. So Nintendo was like, well, guess what? Can't run tournaments anymore if you don't have a permit by us to run sanctioned, licensed tournaments. And they just destroyed all those organizations that picked up the ball that Nintendo never wanted to have a part of in the first place. It's disgusting, dude. Oh, dude, John, that sucks, bro. Dude, I've covered this a number of times. I've covered this. Yeah, you got a cease and desist letter, dude. Yeah, totally jacked, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. That's gross, dude. Yeah, I've covered this a number of times, man. And it's pretty disgusting. Yo, we got rando mode up, guys, by the way. So get your exclamation point rando mode in. Try to see if you can get a free Subarooski. Looking for that that Twitch tongue face emote, dude. Here, look, check it out. There you go. Nice, dude. What else was being set up here, dude? Hold on. So, yeah, Pinky, dude, I think Nintendo would be great for AR, dude. I agree. Dude, AR would work so well. I've actually seen some really good AR that people have done with like their old school Nintendo games too. Like old school Mario Brothers and stuff. Dude, AR works so well, man. Yeah, I know, bro. I've just been like sidetracked, man. Yeah, I know. What up, John? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the follow. I think that was the gist of it. The Talos Principle. Is it still trending upwards for you, Pinky? Talos Principle 2? Still getting better, dude? Game of the year for this year right now. Dude, this is a wild year. This is a wild year. We haven't seen a year like... We've been talking about this a lot here lately. We haven't seen a year like this, dude, in a long time. And to be fair, here's the deal. I only played like 2 days of Tears of the Kingdom. And I just kind of shut it down. And it's not because the game was bad or anything. I started playing it right on release. And I had just finished a couple months before that playing a very long playthrough of Breath of the Wild. Because I had never played Breath of the Wild before. And I did a master mode, first time playthrough on master mode of Breath of the Wild. And I was just kind of burnt out on that universe, I guess. So I only played a couple days of that. I know that game's very good. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. And I am loving it. I haven't played Divinity 2, but I played Divinity 1. Actually, Pinky right there in chat, we've been friends for quite a while now. And we play games together quite often. And we played Divinity together. I don't know what, dude. When did we play Divinity, dog? Was it earlier this year or last year? Was it end of last year? It was earlier this year, right? Earlier this year, yeah. So I had a little bit of experience in like Larian's, the way they make CRPGs already. And I play other CRPGs and stuff like that too. But I play about everything, man, really. I don't play a lot of sports games anymore because I hate companies like EA and 2K. I used to play a lot of sports games too, but I can't stand the people that, or the companies that make those games anymore. We're in the middle of playing Alan Wake 2 right now as well. That game feels great. Dude, Dave the Diver would be my indie of the year. Dave the Diver, dude, I had such a good time with Dave the Diver, and I'm so glad that game went to Switch because I think that game probably plays really, really good on Switch. Dave the Diver was a banger, dude. $20 for a game that I got like 55 hours out of, and there was still more to do. That game was a lot of fun, and it was hilarious. It was a cool game. Hi-Fi Rush, dude, needs to be noted. I think that while Hi-Fi Rush isn't going to stand up to something like Baldur's Gate 3 or Tears of the Kingdom, it was so refreshing to see a company, a AAA developer, shadow drop a game at a $30 price point and for it to be an absolute banger like Hi-Fi Rush was. But not only that, to show that a AAA developer can step outside their box of what they're normally do. Because Tango's like Evil Within 1, Evil Within 2, Ghostwire Tokyo. It's like horror genre games, right? And then they just dropped Hi-Fi Rush out of nowhere. And they killed it, dude. That game was awesome. It did get a nod yesterday. We watched the Golden Joystick Awards yesterday, and it got a nod. Who won Indie, dude? I can't remember who won Indie off the top of my head, but it made sense. Oh, Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars. That game's supposed to be very good, too. Retro-styled modern take on, retro RPGs. Sea of Stars is supposed to be a banger, dude. It's supposed to be very good. Our buddy Cash has been playing it. Sea of Stars won Indie for Golden Joystick Awards yesterday. But Dave the Diver was in there. Yeah. I loved Dave the Diver, dude. It was so good. Dredge was also very good as an indie game, but it wasn't on the same level, I don't think, as something like Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver had the second most votes, but it was still like well behind Sea of Stars. Pinky, finishing about 50%. They're getting more complicated now. Good, dude. Oh, okay, word. Yeah. Dude, I think BG3 is probably going to be my game of the year. I actually expected them to sweep a lot of awards, and they did yesterday at the Golden Joystick Awards. So, BG3 is probably going to be my game of the year. Dude, this is a game right now where I don't want to quit playing it every single day, and I can't wait to start playing it again every single day. I don't variety stream. I don't play a variety of games because I'm a broadcaster. I've always done that. I've always played a lot of different games, genres of games and stuff, right? But my bread and butter is really like RPGs, roguelites, Metroidvanias, stuff like that. And dude, the Baldur's Gate 3 experience has been mind-blowingly good, dude. Well, I talk about that a lot too, though, dude. I mean, you say unfair advantage, but Larian set themselves up to be in that position, right? You think they haven't had absolutely bonkers offers from other companies over the year to be bought out? I would say that would probably be a farce, dude. You know what I mean? But I think that's something that companies have to have a real understanding of what you're doing when I mean, you're making a bed right there, right? And we're seeing a lot of it come down this year too. There's a lot of stuff happening. Like Volition just got shut down. That's a 30-year developer. Done. Under Embracer, right? Tencent owns 30%, but not the majority. That's the difference. They're still considered independent. There's a big difference. They're stockholders. That's true. They're stockholders. So they do have people that own shares, but they're still majority owned, right? They're still an independent studio. What I'm talking about is like the difference behind like a studio like Volition being under Embracer. There's like so many companies, you know, like now with Activision Blizzard being underneath Microsoft. You know, we see it happen all the time, right? Where you're literally throwing a big pile of cash and they go, this is going to be great for you and for us. Here's a boatload of money and we're going to take care of you guys, you know, and everything's going to be great. And then when things aren't great, you get wrecked. You know what I mean? And there's always the potential for them to mess with your process, you know, to like go, well, we don't like where this is headed, so we're you're going to make you go this way with it or whatever, you know, mess with the process of the way you've done games all the time. And so yeah, I agree. Larian, you know, they don't have anybody over them to make them do that kind of thing, you know. At least not to the same extent that a lot of other companies do. Yeah, I mean, I think that Microsoft tends to be, from what I've seen and perceived anyways, I think Microsoft tends to be pretty hands-off until they need to be hands-on, which is what you would want. Same thing if like, I mean, take the same kind of, if you're working in a job and you've got a manager, let's like, put an analogy on this. If you're working in a job and you've got a manager or supervisor or whatever, you don't want that manager or that supervisor hovering over you all day long going, you're doing that wrong, do it like this. You're doing that wrong, do it like this. You're doing that wrong, do it like this. You know what I mean? First of all, I'd lose my mind. But also, that's not an efficient way to get things done, right? It's like, that's a frustrating way to go about doing your work every single day. And there are a lot of subsidiaries that have to deal with parent companies that do that kind of thing to them. They've got a very good process. They've become good at making software, right? Well, yeah, I know. I'm not saying they don't have to answer, but Tencent isn't going to have a whole lot of say in what their process is. And that's what John's talking about, right? More, you know what I mean? they're more independent than anybody that's actually owned, I think is what we're trying to get at here, Volt. It's not that you don't have things to answer for. Yeah, I think they would still be okay. Tencent's not going to be pulling out, by the way. I don't think Tencent's going to be pulling out of the Larian shares they had. They'll probably be trying to buy even more at this point. But it would not be great for them, but I think they would still be okay. But it's a difference. There's a difference. Tencent can't tell them what to do. Right? And yeah, Davey, yeah, exactly. Micromanaging is not good management, dude. But you see it happen quite often, right? Where like a parent company or a company will buy another company and then they just like micromanage the crap out of them. Or they even go, look, you're not going to be making your own stuff anymore. We need you to go work on one of our other projects. There's things like this that there's always the potential for acquisitions to destroy what a company was in the first place, right? And let's be fair. We know that there are companies out there that scoop up smaller studios because they don't really give a whole lot of cares in the long run about, like, take Embracer with Volition, for instance. Would they have preferred Volition to continue to make good products and to be successful? Absolutely. But Volition was a 30-year studio. It started off as Parallax, ended up being Volition. 30 years, started off with Descent, went into like Red Faction stuff, did all the Saints Row stuff, right? You know what Embracer thought? Embracer is the type of company that went, you know what? You guys aren't making good software anymore. You're costing us money. You're done. But guess who owns all their stuff now? Embracer does. Embracer still owns all their software. Well, Vault, I think that, yeah, it would be short-sighted to say that if, you know, Larian's, a big company like Larian is always going to take into consideration how to take care of business, meaning pleasing shareholders. They are always going to have meetings, letting shareholders know what's going on. So, but it is a different, much different thing. I don't think it's very constraining for them the way that they're run, right? So there's a huge difference between being outright owned and maybe having somebody that, because look, dude, if you want to talk about it like that, who owns 10% of Nintendo? Saudi Arabia. Savvy Games Group. Same thing. Right? I mean, just because you're a publicly traded company and other companies have bought into you to a great extent doesn't mean that they still have a whole lot of say in what you do or don't do, right? I mean, unless they're a majority owner, right? It's not a super, I mean, they're always going to be concerned with being a successful business, making money, making sure that shareholders are, you know, pleased and stuff like that. That's just business. But I mean, obviously, you know, they're always going to be concerned with continuing to be successful. And I think that the main thing what we're getting at here is that, like, Larian's been successful because Larian has continued to be able to focus, which, and look, I'll say this, we talk about this a lot. Why have so many big companies become trash? Because they lose focus, right? All they care about is money. Yeah. It's like, I talk about this with Blizzard all the time. Blizzard was my jam, dude, growing up, right? And many of you have heard this, but it's the example that I'll use all the time. It's not the only one out there by any means. But Blizzard got greedy. They got greedy. They were mismanaged. All they cared about was money. They lost sight of what it meant to make quality games for their community. There's these components that come together that Larian still has, right? I think that makes them different than somebody like Blizzard. They're able to focus on taking their time to make quality software. They listen to their community about what they want, right? That's a big component of making good software for the people that are going to play your games. Listening to the people. Are you going to take everything into consideration? Absolutely not. But when you listen to a large amount, like you get a large data set of feedback and you have a lot of people saying the same thing, those are the things you focus on. And Larian took time to put their game in early access. They took a lot of time to focus down, make it, and they weren't constrained by a publisher or a parent company or anything. Absolutely, right? And they were focused on trying to make sure that they were bringing the best quality product to the table that they could to take care of their community and by proxy, take care of their company. You know what I mean? All of these components come together and they synergize, right? They synergize. Where some of these bigger companies, I feel like, have really lost sight of what it means to take care of their employees, take care of their communities. You know what I mean? They don't listen to feedback. All they do is go, well, it's like they're riddled with business people. They're just riddled with business people that have no idea what it means to, you know, be a gaming developer, a game developer. And I think that's the big difference that you'll see with somebody like Larian and a lot of these other companies, you know. But I digress, dude. Let's get back in here and see what else we can find. We've been getting some good conversation going. Let's see what else we can find this morning. Don't forget, Steam Deck's got a lot of sales on their LCD models, the new OLEDs out there. Alan Wake 2 is a banger so far. We're going to finish it up as we have time while we play BG3. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is kind of getting wrecked right now, review-wise. Yo, is it, hold on. Is it on here? It should be, right? Oh. You guys seen this yet? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is rated 31% positive on Steam right now of over 2,100 reviews. Seems good. We'd heard a lot of bad stuff coming out about this game right now. I quit playing Call of Duty a long time ago. So, consider me, like, not really surprised here. We read an article yesterday, too, that was like, apparently there were a lot of developers internal that were like, yo, this was actually supposed to be an expansion. And then they were like, you know, we're going to turn around and make this a standalone game in 16 months of development. So, again, dude, quantity over quality. How fast can we pump something out and, you know, make money off of it? We see this all the time, dude. Feels bad. Yeah, Larian's sweeping, dude. Can a Zelda film ever live up to the beloved game? Do you guys think the live-action Zelda film is going to be decent? Nah, yeah, I have reservations as well. I mean, we already know that Elijah Wood's going to be playing Zelda, right? Keck. Yo, what up, True? You didn't like that? You know who should play him? Daniel Radcliffe. You should get Daniel Radcliffe to play him, dude. Daniel Radcliffe is actually a really good actor, dude. You should get Harry Potter to play Zelda, dude. Better yet, get him to play Ganondorf, dude. I'm down. He's not really big enough, but 20 days to buy a game before it's removed forever. Have we already talked about this one? Yeah, we did. Taiko no Tatsujin Drum and Fun is going to be delisted from the Switch shop. So if you're interested, you need to grab it. We've already talked about that, though. Major Epic Game Store exclusive, finally going to be playable on Steam. Oh, okay. Clickbait. Tim Curry is Ganondorf? Yo, I'll take that. Tim Curry's had so many health issues here lately, though. I don't see that something like that happening, you know? Who else would be a good Ganondorf? Johnny Depp. No way. Johnny Depp as Zelda. How dope would that be, dude? Johnny Depp as Zelda. Arnold Davey, let's go. I'd accept that too. Johnny Depp as Zelda. Let's get I can't think of his name right now, dude. The guy that plays Butcher off of The Boys. He can be Ganondorf, dude. Take Johnny as Zelda? Yo, so would I. I think that'd be banging, dude. That'd be hilarious. Bautista as Link. Yeah, dude. Bautista would actually make a pretty solid Ganondorf, too. Elijah did play a pretty good Frodo, yeah. 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 Who knows, dude? We know that the GTA... Look, man, here's the thing. If you didn't know, GTA 6, Rockstar has announced GTA 6 trailer is coming in a little under a month. It could quite possibly pop off at the Game Awards in December. It could, maybe not. It's a good prediction, I think, but we'll see what happens. And, you know, everybody's, you know, freaking out because it's like, oh my God, we're going to get a trailer. But, you know, everybody's, I don't know. We just got to wait and see what happens. We'll see what we get when we get it, man. Yeah. Yeah, Vault. Yeah. We watched this, talked about that. Yeah. There's a new patch out for Starfield, by the way. I'm not going to dive into that, but the patch notes will be out there if you're interested. Yeah, look, dude. Spider-Man 2, another one of those 90 rated games, bangers this year. This has been a phenomenal year for game releases. It's just stupid. We haven't seen a year like this in so very long. Don't get me wrong. Again, look, man, we've had our share of terrible ones too. Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in nowadays in the gaming industry. There's a lot of companies that just release unfinished games, and it's terrible to deal with. But, dude, we have had a lot of bangers, man. It's pretty impressive. And as far as Spider-Man 2 goes, a lot of people have been enjoying it. It's already sold a lot of copies retail. And for me, awesome job, Insomniac. Give me Wolverine. I'm not a Spider-Man, you know, I don't have an issue with Spider-Man. He just doesn't appeal to me, really. I need Wolverine. And I'm so excited they're doing Wolverine. And apparently what we've heard is that coming out of Insomniac, Wolverine is apparently going to be quite potentially a mature rated game, which I'm excited for, dude. Bring it to me. Give me a mature rated Wolverine game. Let's just start hacking and slashing, destroying some fools with those claws, dude. Yo, and maybe get a little bit of that old school X-Men cartoon Rogue up in there. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know what I'm talking about right here. Here. You know. There you go. You guys see what I'm talking. There you go. You know. You know, get some Rogue in there for you know, let Wolverine have a little bit of a good time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, Davey. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Gene? Not a big Gene fan. Give me Rogue every day, dude. Give me Rogue. I'll even take Storm, dude. I like me some Storm. True. Storm, yeah. I've you know, I always thought Storm was cute in the cartoon, but then Halle Berry as well. Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. We've hit on this a few times here recently, too. It'd been a while since we had talked about Smash Bros. Stuff and how gross Nintendo got with that. But we've hit on that recently, so I'm not going to dive into it again. I'll start ranting, dude. I've done enough ranting this morning. My throat's still jacked, dude. I laughed so hard yesterday about that tie incident, dude. Storm's your girl? Yeah, Storm's dope. Yeah. Look, man. I respect it, Vault. I respect the whole Gene thing, but bro, you know the montage I ran this morning talking about, you know, not sticking your Witcher sword in crazy. If you're gonna make that bed, dude, you're gonna have to lay in it. You know what I'm saying? I can deal without the Gene, dude. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion remaster pushed back to the end of the month. Night Dive, they're owned by Atari now, by the way. Yeah, Call of Duty's getting wrecked right now, dude. Big disappointment. Yeah, we've read a lot about it already. So I'm not going to dive into it. I pulled up the review a little bit ago. It's looking pretty bad. What's Metacritic saying about it? Oh my god, dude. Well, there's not even user scores yet, but the meta score? The meta score, dude. From 28 critics, a 53. What was Modern Warfare 2? Oh, that's brutal, dog. I got 75. The user scores a 4.8. Why do so many people buy this game, dude? Why do so many people buy Call of Duty? What? Even the critic score for the new one, though, is like 20 points below, 25 points below. It's brutal. Microsoft got their hands full with the whole Blizzard Activision acquisition, man. That tie fiasco yesterday, dude. I couldn't stop, bro. The whole clip-on tie thing at the Joystick Awards. God dang. My throat's wrecked, dude. Yeah, Super Mario RPG is leaked online early. Yeah. Dude, that tie guy. God dang it, that was funny, bro. I was not expecting him to be wearing a clip-on tie, dude. A clip-on flipping tie, dude. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Bro, he owned it, though. He owned it. Dude, I was crying, dude. I was crying so hard. He owned that, though. You know what I'm saying? He owned that. He was like, tied my own tie. Yo. Oh, god dang. That was funny, bro. Joker. Yeah. There we go. My hat was like, not fitting, dude. I had all that hair before. I just chopped all the hair off, man. So my hat was not fitting right. I had to pull that size down a little bit. There we go. That feels better, dude. Why so serious? Yeah, I mean, dude, this happens a lot. It's happening more and more with Nintendo, too. The game's leaking online early and stuff. Funny enough, they just started collaborating with Denuvo as well, right? Didn't we just read about them, like, starting to collaborate with Denuvo? Yeah, he played it off really well. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing you can do, you know? If you don't do that, you just kind of come off as an imbecile. He did a good job. He did a good job. He played. Bro, that tie kept coming undone, though. I don't know what he was doing back there behind the scenes. He was getting down, son. Something was going off. Something was popping off back there. That tie kept coming undone, dude. He was getting down back there. They were having a good time. This lawsuit's so stupid. We talked about that already as well. Animated Witcher Netflix show revealed. Starring original Geralt actor. Huh. Yo, again, look, I will keep promoting this right now. You guys need to check this show out. You guys need to check this show out. I'm just so flippin'. This show is so good, dude. Blue-Eye Samurai. This show is so good, dude. On Netflix. If you've got a Netflix account, you need to at least try the first episode. There's 8 episodes. They're about an hour long each. And there's going to be more of it. You got to try this out, dude. You got to give this a shot. I'll put this as a recommendation. In the Discord. There we go. It's in there. Is it wrong to pick up girls in dungeons? I think I've seen like a couple of episodes of that. Yeah. Like each episode's about an hour long. It's so good, dude. It's so flipping good.
And I think, yeah, I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
What's up, bro? That's right.
Okay.
Some reports of creeper in dungeons. Yeah, dude. What's up, bro? Happy Saturday, man. How's your weekend going? Get a first-party Xbox title with this PlayStation 5 Slim bundle. Oh, yeah. The Slim's coming out with, like... What are they talking about here? Yeah, Call of Duty. Because that's a Microsoft title now, right? Doing chores, making chicken soup. Ooh. Chicken soup sounds good. I'm great, brother. Gonna be another good day of some BG3, man. Just getting through the news stuff first, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Alan Wake 2 is good so far. I'm gonna be excited to get back into it. F123 is going to be free to play for a weekend. I'll take a look for people that might be interested in that. Oh, for real? Vault? Yeah, you've been digging that? Yeah, nice, dude. Nice. Cool, man. I'll have to try to check that out. Did you put that in the suggestions for the anime manga stuff? Highly anticipated PlayStation exclusive canceled 5 months after reveal. That's not a good look. Yo, Forza Motorsport's been pretty bad on release, by the way. I've talked about this before. I'll pull it up. Look. Forza Motorsport. This is their most recent game. I'm going to tell you why this is, and I know some of us have talked about this, like me and Vault especially, but... The reason this is very notable, okay? Forza Motorsport. This game, the Forza games have been something forever, right? The developer is not just Turn 10. A big other developer that works on these games is Playground Games, right? Yeah, throw it in there, bro. Sailor Moon on any platform. Probably that platform that Cappy told us about. Did you see it on there? Or no, Murdoch told us about it. My bad. The Anywave stuff. Here. Try this. I actually pinned it. I pinned the message in the anime manga channel if anybody's interested. Yo, thanks, Vault. Nice, dude. Check this out. Murdoch told us about this. It's like a site you can watch like free shows on. And it doesn't. It's not like a pirate site or anything, from what I understand. I haven't checked it out yet, but let me know. Murdoch was telling me about it, so shout out to Murdoch. It's in the anime manga channel. Yeah, and he told us about it, and so I pinned it in that channel. So if you need to find somewhere alternate to watch some of your anime shows that you can't find or whatever, you might check that site out. It's pinned in that channel. So if you go to the anime manga channel in the server, Discord server, look at the pinned messages and it'll be in there. Okay? Easy to find. Back to this. Oh, you've been using that site for years? Yeah, nice, Pinky. Pretty solid, dude. So, Forza is a game that is developed by Turn 10 and Playground Games, right? Now, they've been making the Forza games for a long time, and look at how bad the user reviews are for this game. Apparently, it's a hot, broken mess right now. for a game that they have been making for a long time. Now, Playground Games is the studio that is currently making the new Fable game. The reason I bring this up is because I think it's important that people understand, if you've got a developer that can't even show you they can push out what they traditionally have done in a solid state for you to play, how do you expect them to push out a game in a genre that they're not familiar with and for it to be good? You know what I mean? So, yes, exactly, Syek. Yeah. Way too smart, bro. I think that, and I mean, all we ever have to go off of is looking at the recent history of what developers are bringing to the table of us to get an expectation of what they're going to continue to bring in the future, right? And I think that's why it's important to note here that there's a lot of hype behind Fable, but this is a studio that's never done Fable for us before, and they can't even get the games right that they've traditionally done. People should be hesitant about Fable. As much hype as you want to have about it, you should be a little bit worried, in my opinion. Review scores for Forza? Let's see. Well, we just saw the review scores on Steam from the users. If you're talking meta, the Forza Motorsport Metacritic, they're much better on here. Latest reviews. That's kind of weird. So look at the Steam versus the Metacritic. We'd actually read other articles though that were talking about how unpolished and unfinished the game felt though. Not just looking at reviews and stuff. Like legitimate articles that have been written and things like that I had seen before. Look at this. $71.3 hours on record right now. 23 at the time of the review. Strengths alone, game's a legit 7 out of 10. At best, actually, a 6 out of 10 overall. Disappointing entry. Yeah, here's games being pushed or released while not being anywhere near ready. The norm now. Track and AI glitches, virtually unplayable. Game crashes every single loading screen. Can't even load into races anymore. I've heard this game has a lot of performance issues. I've read about a lot of them. It's weird that Metacritic's so much different, you know? Oh, that sucks, Michaela. I hate to hear that. I hope things start looking up for her. You know, I mean, this isn't like a small data set. You know what I mean? It's not a small data set on Steam. It's actually a larger data set than is on Metacritic. Metacritic user scores are 883 people, right? yeah, makes you happy, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Yeah. Hard pass. I mean, I hope it's good, dude. I always want games to be good, you know? But I also, you know, this is the kind of things that, like, I dig into. I always want to, you know, pay attention to this kind of stuff to try and give people an idea of what to expect from developers moving forward. I think this is these are the telltale signs, right? So, like, you're talking about approaching 3,000 or 4,000 reviews at this point on Steam, dude, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Some performance issues, some other things is just like basically a lot of people, you know, it looks like a lot of people also are not liking some of the stuff they did with the game, but and that goes down to listening to community again. It's not like this is the first time a Forza game was ever made, right? So you listen to your community, and look, Fable's a long-running franchise too. So if a developer's not listening to their community about how to develop a game to cater to what people want to see in it for a franchise that's modern and has been running for a while, then can you expect them to be going back and looking at what people have enjoyed about a series they're bringing back into modern times, that's iconic, something like Fable, and trying to make sure that they're incorporating what a lot of the long-standing fans of the Fable series have enjoyed about those games? I would say probably not. You know, I think there's reason to be hesitant here, man. You know, I want Fable to be good. I want all games to be good. It's just not the world we live in, man. It's just not. All I prompt people to do with Fable is, I think there's enough signs of like red flags, yellow flags, and stuff from Playground Games that I would just prompt people to at least let the game release. You know, don't pre-order, man. Don't pre-order. Don't buy day one. You're not gonna be missing out. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing that's like getting people to realize like you're not missing anything by like not pre-ordering. Really, what, they're gonna let you in 2 days early to play the game and be a final beta tester, or you know, you're gonna get an extra hat to wear for your character or something, you know, that a year later you're not gonna even remember. The difference being Vault Tango had shown previously they were good at making games. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I can't tell anybody what to do with their money. All I can do is try to educate people and try to help people quit feeding a broken system of what the gaming industry has become. There's a bad thing that's happened. There are a lot of bad trends in the gaming industry. The pre-order thing is a bad one. There are a lot of bad developers that continue to get people to buy into pre-orders and they don't deserve it. You know, there's a lot of like terrible ploys to get people to buy into pre-ordering when it's really negligible. Like what you get out of it isn't anything long-term beneficial for you, you know? And they don't quite often deserve the money for the pre-order, rather than people waiting to see what the game's going to be like on release, you know? I truly feel that us as like the consumers and gaming enthusiasts have to change the mindset a lot about the way this works. Oh, really, Michaela? Like if you're just like kind of idle, it'll just like kind of bop you out of the server or whatever. That's wild. Well, that's what I'm saying though, Vault. I think there are enough signs here that lead to the fact that the developer behind Fable could be quite possibly producing something subpar quality-wise. You know? And it's worth being hesitant and waiting to see before you decide to support the company behind it. You know? All I can do is try to prompt people to consider that, though. Dead Cells is a hard game. Dead Cells is a dope game, though. If you guys don't know what Dead Cells is, Metroidvania game. Very good game. I've had this for quite some time. I haven't played a lot of 20 hours or so probably. But look, all reviews 97% positive, over 120,000. It's very good. Well, that's where you just got to find something heavy and just put it on that gas pedal. You know what I'm saying? Just you gotta tape that joystick to the side, put something on that gas pedal, and just sit there and do donuts. You know what I mean? Until you get back with your drink. Yo, this game is dope. It's very, very cool, man. It's a roguelite Metroidvania styled game. It's very, very cool. Highly recommend checking it out, dude, if you've never seen it. It's very... I've owned it since very early access, and I haven't played it since. There's been a lot of content added to this game since I've played it. And it's a cool jam, dude. Highly recommend. All right, let's dive into these real quick. Turn off this music. Cult of the Lamb, bruh, that game's dope. But I had a game-breaking bug in that. Also, I streamed it. Yeah, I streamed that, dude. The game was awesome. I played it on release. Yeah. Played that on release. They've had some new DLC stuff come out. Had an audio bug. Bro, I had a game-breaking bug. It was embedded in my save file. It felt bad. I wasn't quite ready to finish the game, but I was far enough along that I could go ahead and beat the game. Here was the thing. One of my biggest complaints about Cult of the Lamb. Here, just a second. I'll grab this for you guys since we're talking about it right now. Doop, 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 doop. Where is that? Not there. Not there. Okay. I got it. I got it. Wait, what? Am I tripping? One second, guys. What the crap? I'll have to find it later. I was gonna find the ending to the game for you guys to take a look at. I'm not seeing it right now in my collections though. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we played Cult of the Lamb. It was very good. The thing that bugged me about it was, as somebody who plays video games almost, you guys know, hardest difficulty all the time. That game had 5 different difficulty settings, and I played it on the hardest, and it felt like a pushover, really. It didn't feel like, it felt like I probably played that game on what should have been normal, 5 difficulty settings. I played on the very hardest one, and it felt like I played the game on what I would consider the game probably should have been on normal mode. It didn't really present me with any kind of challenge, and for me, that felt a little bit bad. Everything about the game was great. So like, there was a very cool mashup of like base building and resource gathering, and maybe it needed a hardcore mode. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I've played a lot of those kinds of games before, and quite often on the harder difficulties, they give me a good challenge. That one it wasn't there, dude. Just wasn't there. I don't know. And like I said, I think especially when you see a game that has 5 difficulties, I was actually kind of hesitant. I was like, dude, this top difficulty is probably going to be pretty brutal. And it didn't feel like that. It didn't really feel like that to me. So I don't know. That was one of my only, that and the bugs. There were some bugs in the game. It was pretty early in its release. Everything else about the game was sick, dude. The content was awesome. It was funny. It was cute. It was dark. It was a really good time. But dude, I got this bug where I can't remember exactly what was happening, but it was like every time I would load my save file, it was like a bunch of my stuff in my village was getting just all jacked up. Like my followers and stuff. My village was getting screwed up, dude. It was pretty bad. So I basically couldn't find any way to fix it. I was like trying all kinds of stuff, and then finally I was like, all right, we're just gonna end the game. So I just went and beat the boss and finished the game up and stuff, because I was far enough in, but it didn't feel good because I was still had some more stuff that I kind of wanted to do. But I'm sure they probably got all that sorted out by now. But the game was sick. It was really good. Feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I messed my throat back up though, because yesterday I was laughing so flipping hard at the joystick awards. My throat's all jacked, dude. But yeah, I'm getting there, dude. That was a nasty sickness, dude. It really, I think what was bad was, again, like I felt like I kind of got sick, but I was like already coming out of it. And then Halloween hit, and I was outside all night, and it was really flipping cold, dude. Really cold. Wind blowing real hard. It was below freezing, and it just, dude, I think it really, really made that sickness kind of creep back in and settle in real hard. So it was nasty getting rid of it, dude. Pretty rough. F123 is going to free to play for a weekend if you guys are interested. Thanks for asking though, dude. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, brother. So F1 is making its debut in Las Vegas on November 19th. EA is celebrating the occasion. EA, you guys know how it is, by making F1 23 free to play for a weekend. From November 16th to the 20th, the latest from EA and Codemasters will be free for everyone on all platforms. In addition to the free weekend, those who play during those 5 days will earn double XP throughout the game's various modes. So a new Vancouver-based EA studio. That's right. EA. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to say that without wanting to throw up. Nice. Thank you. Thanks, Syke. Did they say on what platform? On all platforms. Okay, so all platforms where you can access the game, it will be free to play from the 16th to the 20th if you're interested. Highly anticipated PlayStation exclusive canceled 5 months after reveal. Fans can now cross off Revenant Hill from their list of exclusive games to look forward to. A spiritual successor follow-up to Night in the Woods, one of 2017's highest-rated games. How well it sold, we don't know, but it resonated with many and earned an 88 on Metacritic. As a result, come the end of 2017, it was in the discussion of Game of the Year for many. And Revenant Hill was set to follow it up from developers who had made Night in the Woods, but not anymore. According to an official statement released by Revenant Hill developer The Glory Society, its small team was rocked by 2 key members having to step away from development due to serious health issues. As a result, making the game is no longer possible. From the sounds of it, it sounds like the team may be ceasing operations at least for a bit. That sucks, dude. I hope they get better, dude. Recent serious health issues have necessitated 2 key members stepping away from the project indefinitely. We are a small team and we each wear multiple hats. This is a loss of several hard-to-replace hats in an environment where all hats are needed. Given the realities of schedules, budgets, and the fraught task of reworking the whole project within those parameters, the team has amicably decided to suspend operations. For all intents and purposes, this is the end of the development of Revenant Hill. Statement continues, we are cooperative and we make decisions as a group. For us, this was the clear path to take for the well-being of the team, which is frankly more important than games. In the future, after the dust has settled, perhaps we'll talk about what we've made and learned together. In the meantime, we want to thank everyone who worked with us, supported us, and believed in us. Sometimes things happen beyond your control that change the available options, and you just have to roll with it together. Yep. Thank you for caring about what we did. Take care of each other and support the workers doing the labor of making the games you love. See you around. So Revenant Hill apparently indefinitely postponed is what we'll call it. Hopefully, dude, these individuals work their way through these health issues pretty quickly, come out the other side unscathed, and they're able to get back together and keep working on these passion projects, you know. If you guys want to watch that trailer, here you go. Major Epic Game Store exclusive finally going to be playable on Steam. The Expanse, a Telltale series, is now listed as coming soon on Steam after releasing earlier this year on August 10th via PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Epic Game Store. At the time, there was no word of when the game would come to Steam. Still no exact word, but its coming soon label is new for Steam. This is Telltale's first game since being resurrected and obviously is tied to a very popular IP. Is it any good, though? Well, its Metacritic scores range depending on the episode. The range is wide. More specifically, it's a wide range of 68, which is very mediocre, to 80, which is very solid. No price listed on the game's Steam page yet. Presumably costs the same as it does on Epic, which is $25 US. For this, you will get a game that is roughly 5 to 7 hours long. Shorter by video game standards, however, it offers a lot of replayability. Let's see this real quick.
The score drummer. This is the greatest score any scavenger has ever come across.
It is a remarkable story you have. Betrayed by Dawes, betrayed by Cox, betrayed by your own...
I'm just waiting for Isaac to pop in there and start stomping everybody down. Limbs flying everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
How do you think this will...
That'd be so dope, dude.
Convince me your life matters, and I will let you live.
See, Varatna, told you we couldn't trust her.
I feel like
Give me one reason I shouldn't leave you here to fend for yourself.
any kind of game that has like this kind of atmosphere, if you've ever played Dead Space, your mind automatically goes there. It's like, it's just Dead Space, dude. At least that's the way mine works. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion remaster pushed back to the end of the month. That's not a significant pushback, but they probably just need a little bit of time to polish. Night Dive Studios, which is now owned by Atari, okay, has announced that the release date for their remaster of the Nintendo 64 game Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion has slipped and will now be coming at the end of the month. Fans can now expect to get their hands on the game on the 30th of November across multiple platforms. Night Dive thanked fans for their understanding and patience on the matter and promised to deliver the best Turok 3 experience possible. That's it. That's what you need to know. If you're looking forward to Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion, it'll be out on like the 30th of November, okay? Dozens of Switch exclusive games are on sale for Black Friday. Again, look, man, it is the time of the year for sales, whether it be hardware, software, peripherals, you name it, dude. I am keeping my eyes open for anything that might be good to post in. We have got our gamers deal section in the channel in the Discord where I'll quite often post things that people might want to be aware of. Good deals on purchases. Free games pop up in there all the time and stuff. So, you know, you might check in there every once in a while and take a look. But the news segment, anytime I come across anything that seems like I might be able to get you guys a good deal on some software, hardware, whatever, I try to take a dive into that too. So we're going to have a lot of deals. They're already popping off, but especially towards the end of the month, and we'll just keep looking at them, okay? Early Black Friday deals are slashing prices on Switch exclusives. A look at our favorite price cuts. Nice selection of Switch exclusives are already on sale for $40 or less. Find the best deals. Put together a list of the best Black Friday Nintendo Switch game deals. We talked about the Super Mario Party Joy-Con bundle already. Get the game and a pair of new red and blue Joy-Con controllers for $100. Here's everything right here. Look. Super Mario Party and the Joy-Con bundle, $100. Let's look at some of the better ones. Animal Crossing New Horizons is $46. Bayonetta 3, $35. Dragon Quest Treasures, $36. Fire Emblem Engage, $35. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, $40. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, $41. Kirby Star Allies, $40. 10-year-old game, by the way. Came out on the Wii U. Bro, Nintendo's got, dude, they run a racket, dog. This is wild. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is $40. Look, here's the thing. I think that a lot of the Mario Kart series that have been running, whether it be the mobile one or Mario Kart 8 right now, there's only one more DLC pack of stuff that's coming out. It's being shut down. I think that what you need to expect is that with the new Nintendo hardware coming out next year, there's going to be a new Mario Kart. I think you have to expect that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been out for a long time. This game released on the Wii U and then was ported to the Switch. It's been roughly 10 years, a decade this game's been out. I think you have to expect a new Mario Kart game to come out. So, keep that in mind. Mario Strikers Battle League, $45. Metroid Dread, $40. Nice. Pokemon Snap. New Pokemon Snap, $40. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, $42. Pokemon Arceus, $47. Scarlet and Violet Double Pack, $93. I haven't heard anything about that, Michaela. I'm not sure. Not sure. We might have to look into it. Pokemon Shining Pearl, $39. Splatoon 3 is $47. Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury, $41. Mario Maker 2, $40. Mario Odyssey, $43. Smash Bros. Ultimate, $46. Breath of the Wild, $45. Link's Awakening, $40. Skyward Sword HD, $40. Tears of the Kingdom, $50. That's all current or best Black Friday Nintendo Switch game deals. It's starting November 19th. They got some more deals right here. Controller deals, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff to look at here. Here's the other thing. There have been some deals running here recently that are like buy two, get one free deals on video games. I don't know if they're still running or not, but Target was doing it. Anytime one retailer does it, a lot of other ones do it. I think Amazon started doing it after Target. Best Buy usually catches on and starts doing it too. So go look around, see if the buy two, get one free deal is still going on. It's not the best. Not too long, a couple months ago or a month and a half ago, there was like a buy one, get one free deal. That's the better one to get in on. But you have to keep your eyes open for those. Usually it's a buy two, get one. The better one's to buy one, get one, obviously. We might get a buy one, get one around Black Friday time, but I don't know for sure. You just have to keep your eyes open. If you want some of these Nintendo deals, the link's right there in chat, okay? Here we go. This is the last article I have for the day, for the news segment, video gaming news segment. If anybody has anything else to add, you want to talk about, I might not have touched on before, whatever, let me know in chat, dude. We'll talk about it before we kind of close off the video gaming news content for the day, and we segue our way into playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the rest of the day with my name is Pinky, our dude. So let's go ahead and dive in here. Companies wanted to buy IO Interactive for just $1 from Square Enix. It was recently revealed in an interview published in Edge magazine that Hitman's developer IO Interactive went through a dire stretch and almost saw the company sold for $1. This was touched upon during an interview with Hakan Abrak, the CEO of IO Interactive, who explained that when the studio disappointed parent company Square Enix, the Japanese firm kicked off DEFCON 1, trying to desperate hand off the ownership of the studio. I'll buy that for $1. In the interview published in Edge, shared by PC Gamer, Abrak stated that he was barely 3 months into his role as CEO at IO Interactive when the president of Square informed him of the intent to divest IO. Reportedly, IO Interactive hadn't made any money for around a decade, and in a bid to ship the studio off its books, Square was entertaining offers of just $1. Bro, I should have gotten in on that. It was also stressed that the company could have been dramatically downsized and pushing forward with a free-to-play model for the legendary stealth action franchise. By the end of the debacle, IO Interactive decided to just buy itself out, but not for $1. Yeah, for reals. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Vault. Yo. Put me in, coach. Yeah. Let's have a bidding war here. Paid what we could. We came up with a deal where Square kept a minority part, kept it kind of a lottery ticket for them. Following a round of layoffs and some issues gaining traction, IO Interactive managed to get back on its feet, turning things around universally for both the firm and the Hitman franchise. It was touch and go for a minute there. Yeah, that's interesting, dude. That's kind of wild, bro. Jesus, that's crazy. Craziness, man. Not quite as polluted this morning with stuff for us to touch on, you know, in the news. But we had some good conversations, man, and I enjoy that. So, not quite that many articles to touch on, but we had a lot of good conversations, and I appreciate that all the time. You know, trying to flesh out these ideas, talk about these stuff that's important, and you know. Many thanks to everybody. So we're gonna do what we do, man. We're gonna segue out of here. We're gonna go play Baldur's Gate 3 for the rest of the day. So I don't know, man. If anybody's been able to hang out for maybe the first time, you're not familiar with what we do, this is the jam, dude. We're live 6 days a week. We always start off at 6 a.m. CST CDT. Kick it off with video gaming news, like we're just kind of wrapping up right now. This is the way we always do start off the streams. Try to stay current on what's going on in the industry, flesh out a lot of these ideas, talk it out, educate ourselves, try to educate other people, about maybe a healthier way to move forward with the industry as gaming enthusiasts and consumers, you know. And then we move on and play games for the rest of the day. So we got an amazing community here, man. Really do. Very, very fortunate to have such an amazing group of people, always part of what we do. But we're always looking for anybody else that wants to be a part of this, you know. We're about spreading good vibes, taking care of one another, being welcoming, inclusive, civil individuals. You know, that's what it's about. So if you fit that vibe and you're enjoying the content, you know, come hang out with us when we are live. We've got all of our previous content as well out there on the, most of it anyways, on the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel. Previous video gaming news segments, gameplay playthroughs we've done, funny clips and highlights, stuff like that. So go check that stuff out. We've got the Discord server you can join, come hang out with us when we're not live, all that kind of stuff, man. So always looking for more cool people to come be a part of what we do and continue to grow this amazing community that we have, man. So other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. Happy flipping Saturday. I'm going to run an outro. Stream's not going down. Just to kind of segue us out of here. And then we'll be starting up the gaming stuff, okay?